He doesn't know me. He wouldn't know.
Trying to repair my snow blower.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anybody needs a snow blower engine, the engine runs like a top.
Nope.
The rest of it.
That's me, everybody.
And then I didn't get on the boat at 2:30.
That's not good.
No, I'm not doing that.
It's laid there.
I don't even know. I don't think it's not. It's the engine.
Good. Somebody put it on some go-kart.
I just like, okay. Yeah. I put it up in the fall, first fall of spring, or this fall, put it in the spring, first time this fall, boom, it goes.
Kim, are you all
Engine's
set?
fine. It's like
Okay.
years old.
All right. I'll call the Village of Middleville Planning Commission meeting to order. Kim, if we can have a roll call, please.
Jason Holzhausen,
Here.
Bruce Farrell,
Here,
Maria Gustinas,
Here.
Richard Hamilton, Troy Newman,
Here.
Amanda Pullen, Di Wilkie.
Richard did let us know he was going to be here. I'd like to move to excuse him this evening.
Support.
You can pick one. All right, we have a motion with support to excuse Richard this evening. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We have the Pledge of Allegiance on our agenda. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we have an agenda in front of us. Questions, comments, additions?
I move we approve the agenda as printed.
Support.
We have a motion with support to approve our agenda as printed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There we have it. Minutes from January 7th. Questions, comments, concerns, corrections? Do you read them?
Looks good.
Okay.
You betcha.
I have to ask.
Okay, I'll move that we approve the minutes from January 7th, 2025.
Support.
We have a motion with support to approve our minutes from January 7th. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? There we are. Public comment session. Hello. Anything for us? All right. Moving on, new business this evening, our annual report from 2024. Good evening, Doug.
Good evening, Commissioners. So 2024, we've had a lot of restructuring regarding development that we're not seeing, quite as many permits as we did previous years. As you know, our subdivisions have been built out. So included here, there's not as many development reviews as previous years, but I put a few key indicators in regards to notable items, being that we did have 3 site plans that received review, and the zoning amendments. We had 2 actual ordinance amendments, the one not pertaining to zoning, but there were 2 amendments, and some of the members of this board had assisted with. Training of commissioners, that's all included in the report, but the notable items wanted to include about the Baby Bliss, is that has been a longstanding project to alleviate that blighted structure or structures, along with the Mid-Village Development Agreement approval. As you recall, the development plans were approved the previous year, but we got the agreement finalized. So now I'm sure many of you have noticed that there's work going on there, and likely to continue to see work as well. The actual petition or the plan, there's a handful of other items in there, but I don't know if there's anything in there that anyone, any questions about. I did receive one question from Commissioner Hamilton about why 36 State Street wasn't included. I didn't include that in there as this board has not approved of plans that they drafted a recommendation for the council. So there wasn't any formal action that was required. It's something that could be added, but I had not included it as it wasn't part of our process to typically do that. I hadn't received any other questions or anything, no. Unless anyone here has any.
I just have a correction under item number 3 with the membership. They have my former last name listed.
We'll get that amended.
If everyone looked through to number 11, if you had done, and I know Kim had asked us to let her know if you had done any of the MAP courses, if that looks correct to everybody. And my name's on there more than I actually have thought. Thanks, Kim. Which means you found something I forgot about.
So some of the items that we've included are, training sessions that we've had as this board, along with the strategic planning session. That was a joint session, so that was added on there as well. And when we have legislative updates by the attorney, any of those items we've been including is training. As you know, this board is expected to have at least one training annually.
Now we had a webinar for the Blue Zone. Was that last year or in 2023? I'm not sure. Seems like it was.
Webinar from, I'm not certain.
That I think was
You could-
23.
It might have been 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like it was recent, but that was the only other thing that I could think of.
If you have any information like after this meeting, pertain to that, and the board's okay with it, I could add that later if it's.
This is just curiosity on my part, the Berry County building permits.
Yes.
Where's Rutland Township's info?
So
I was
you're asking about theirs?
comparing ourselves to our neighbors, and
Let me see.
it says, report does not include Rutland Township.
Oh, so the reason for that was I don't believe PCI does their permitting anymore.
Oh,
These-
that was my next question, is where this report came from.
So
And-
these are the permits that people went to professional code inspections that have issued. So the number of permits is in no way in line with the amount of zoning permits that have been received.
Yeah.
Because, there's plenty
Well,
of
yeah,
things
'cause-
that people get building permits for.
Yep.
And that's where, if you recall, like last year, we had a significant amount more for building permits, but that was probably related to the amount of roof repairs or replacements that were needed.
Yeah. I guess I didn't realize Rutland doesn't use, but everyone else uses PCI.
PCI does a lot of communities in this area, but not all.
Okay. Well, does anybody have any other questions, comments, concerns on our annual report before we ask Doug to send it to council? No?
So 36th Street looks like was commented in item number 10. So
Yes,
that covers.
Yep.
Permitted, yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah,
just
'cause
didn't
we
count it under
rezoned- we
development
rezoned it.
review.
And that was
Yeah,
it.
since technically this board may have reviewed the plans, but those were preliminary. So it's very likely when the plans come back, they may not look like what this board previously seen.
Doug, do we need to motion this to send it to council?
Yeah, you can take a motion
Do we?
to.
Okay. All right,
send this.
then I'm going to make the motion that the planning commission send our corrected 2024 annual report to village council for approval.
Support.
All right, one last chance. Questions, comments? Anything more? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Thank you. Thanks for putting this together, Doug. It looks great.
Thank you.
And I'm hopeful that our 2025 report will have some more notable, and additional notable addresses on it. Let's see here, committee reports.
So there haven't been any committees that have met, but we've already had a scheduled tentative date for the site plan committee, where that information will be going out soon, related to that committee. And also, we have received some recommendations for the consultant related to the ordinance committee regarding street design, that may affect our subdivision, control ordinance. So here in the not so distant future, we'll have to work on scheduling a committee meeting to discuss that a little further.
The site plan meeting that is on my calendar is the date, right? It's not
Yep.
tentative or anything.
No, that's the
okay.
date. Yep.
Okay.
Monday, next Monday.
Is it the 11th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
And what are we looking at that meeting?
Tuesday.
So that site plan, so if that information hasn't been sent out, I'll make sure that it's sent out tomorrow morning. But that is a new development proposal for the 4611 and 37 property.
Which
It
is.
doesn't have a specific address as of yet since it's a tentative, but it's the
It's one of the outlots.
northeastmost parcel of the Mid-Villa PUD.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
So the commercial outlets on the Mid-Villa parcel, it's one of those. It's the furthest one north, the one that's closest to the entrance of Harding's.
We should expect that packet tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay.
That'll come out tomorrow.
Okay. Let's see here. We have our administrator's report. Anything notable there, Doug?
The annual report is the primary. Beyond that, there hasn't been a terrible amount of updates. There's been, due to geopolitical, there's been some things that have been possibly affected for like brownfield and so forth, but I don't believe that's going on any longer. Federal funding freezes, but besides that, 36 State Street, they are scheduled to do the drilling for that property now through the BRA. That'll be, I believe, mid next week is the tentative date. I also mentioned the street ordinance that I brought up just a little bit ago, and the site plan committee. regarding the Baby Bliss site, that we have an agreement with the county if the chamber isn't able to finish it, but that site is to be properly landscaped if there isn't a development proposal for consideration. So they should be including ground cover, so the property does not continue to remain as sand that people need to stay off of.
Is there anything you can share about proposals or agreements between 36 State Street and council?
So there haven't been any updates,
Okay.
so there isn't anything really to share. We'd had a possible agreement, but there's still a lot of things that need to be worked out even before we can discuss like logistics or what council will be willing to accept. But they have gotten, support through the Brownfield Authority for funding to do phase one and, and anything else that may be needed as, we haven't had phase one done within the last year.
Questions for Doug? No? All right. We have a printed code enforcement report. We all know how Di thinks about snow.
Shut up.
I don't have a sidewalk in front of my house, I'm
You
sorry.
don't.
I don't. I
don't
love
either.
a sidewalk in front of my house. Do we have questions for code enforcement, concerns? No? All right.
With all these snow removal issues, do we need to do like a public announcement or something to let people know? Or
So that's part of what this is. It's part of our notifying the public that if you notice that they're not citations primarily, we do notify the public through social media and other platforms. Maybe there's other ways that could be explored, but our code enforcement officer has been issuing notices to individuals, letting them know what the village code states in the hopes that they correct the issue so it doesn't become an ongoing.
A soon-to-be updated sign on the corner.
yeah,
Because council did approve that, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
It's gonna be spring soon anyway.
Gonna be bigger sign?
No, the sign has been damaged, that it's not able to be updated. So they're just replacing panels.
Okay. Moving on, commissioner comments this evening?
No, sir.
well, I'll go first. After much consideration, obviously, you guys, you see I have a patch, I have a chemical burn on my cornea. And it happened about 4 weeks ago, and I'm going back to the doctor tomorrow. He's been giving me drops to take care of it, but I'm not sure what the long-term impact is at this point. And with my term expiring in April, I think I'm gonna let my tenure expire and leave the seat open for a future opportunity for somebody. I just want to let you guys know that I won't be renewing.
Well,
You say it.
yeah, I personally would rather you stay, but.
Yeah, there's just so much unknown right now that
Yeah.
you just need to take a break for a while. And maybe I'll be able to come back
Well,
and support in some other way.
There's openings on the zoning board of appeals, right?
Yeah, could go full circle. That's where I started.
Well, we will be sad to see you go.
Yes,
I miss
very.
you guys. It's been almost over 10 years that I can't believe it's been that long already, but
You can still come in
It's been-
and sit as the public comments.
yeah,
We'd still like to
I'll
see
come
you.
in and root for you guys.
If you're looking for ways to serve the community, I'm sure we can help you find some.
Yes. Well, hopefully I'll be able to help out in some way. Continue to stay in touch. Yeah.
All right. You're good.
I've got nothing. I got nothing.
three?
I'm
I got plenty of nothing.
All right. No, I am looking forward to 2025 to see if we can't get some development parcels developed.
Mhm.
But other than that, I think I will make the motion that we adjourn this evening.
Support.
Oh, you can
Go
pick
ahead,
one,
Nick.
Kim. All right, with that, we have a motion with support to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Or adjourned? All right, where'd the clock go?
So what?
The clock.